All righty. Welcome back. Welcome back again. I don't know who I'm saying welcome to because I no one literally was on the live last time, but hopefully, if you're watching this after the live stream, welcome back to another episode of My Thoughts Live. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joel Petgrave, and on this channel, I, as the name suggests, pretty pretty straightforward. Nothing really complicated about it. I'm just telling you my thoughts live. And so I stream from Sunday to Friday, every day at 6:30 except for Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. On Fridays, it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk about different topics, social issues, religion, money. And the way I'm structuring this channel is that each day of the week has a different subtopic or subgenre. So on Sunday, it's Social Issues Sunday, where we talk, obviously about social issues. On Monday, it's Money Matters Monday. I can't really say that really fast. I always get twisted up. I should probably pick a better topic, right? But Monday is Money Matters Monday. You know what it is? If any of you follow Earn Your Leisure, I think I always mix up because they have a podcast sub episode or whatever called Market Mondays, and I think I always think of that when I say my title. So and I always get fumbled, but it's Money Matters Monday. Not trying not to plagiarize here, but M and M, you see the alliterations going on. Um so yeah, Monday is Money Matters Monday, where we talk about entrepreneurship, business, economy, that type of stuff, finances, personal finances. And on Tuesday, which is today, at least at the recording of this video, I don't know when you're going to watch it. On Tuesday, it's Tabernacle Tuesday, where we talk about church, religion, and that sort of stuff. On Wednesday, we talk about it's Wild Card Wednesday, so it's pretty much a free for all. We could talk about topics from the other days, or we could just talk about something that doesn't really fit in any particular of the other categories that we talked about or going to go over. Where's my water? Got to stay hydrated. So Wednesday, Wildcard Wednesdays. On Thursday is shoot. Why am I drawing a blank? Oh yeah, Thursday is this or that Thursday. So this or that Thursday is actually I think might be one of my favorite days. I don't know. We'll see. This or that Thursday is where we take two competing views or ideologies or ideas and just compare them against each other. And Fridays, actually, I don't know. Fridays might be my favorite. We'll see. Fridays is Family Fridays, where we talk about family, relationships, um, parenting, dating, all that stuff. So, Family Fridays. So, that's the gist of this channel. If any of those topics sounds interesting to you, don't be afraid to click the subscribe button and the bell so you can get notified when I'm going live. The whole purpose of this channel is to make it interactive. Even though it's called My Thoughts Live, I want to hear from you. I want to know what's your thoughts on this topic. I have big plans for this channel. I plan to have a website where you could list different topics that you want me to cover. I plan to have one guest in the future, and really grow this channel. So if you want to stick around for the journey, yeah, like and subscribe, please. And without further ado, if you saw the little intro video, but before I get into that, I just want to say, I was watching the first. This is like my third video, on this channel, and I was looking at the first couple of the first two videos, and I just realized I forgot. Like my microphone was like so far away from my mouth, and it sounded so echoey. And I was thinking, like, oh man, do I have to get a new microphone? I just realized I just need to put it closer to my mouth. See that? See that? Listen. You hear that? You hear that echo? You hear the echo? Listen to that. You hear the difference? PC. You hear it? Punchy, punchy, punchy. Yeah. All right. All right, enough getting sidetracked. So what are we talking about today? Tabernacle Tuesday. If you saw the little intro video, it's my thoughts on the Satanic Temple. Um, and before I go any further, I just want to mention, make the distinction because a lot of people, uh, or even myself, like to be honest, like before this video, I thought they were the same thing. But there is a difference between the Satanic Temple and the Church of Satan. And if you're wondering, like, why are you talking about this? For those of you who don't know, I am, because for those of you who know me, it's like, oh, you're a Christian. Why are you talking about the Satanic Temple? I'll get into that shortly. So just bear with me. Um, and for those of you who don't know me, like I am a Christian, but I like to cover, on this day we cover it's most going to be like Christian based, but like we cover other topics that are, related to Christianity. And I think this topic is like quite related. As we'll see in a bit. Um so yeah, there are actually different things. I think one way to think of it is I guess you could think of them as two separate denominations. Or another way to look at it is the Church of Satan is kind of like the original, like they started Satanism, and then the Satanic Temple is kind of like a schism of that. It's more a more modern, the more modern version. And according to the brief research I did before this video, um, one of the main differences is about like they disagree on like one's role in politics and activism and stuff like that. The Satanic Temple is more really strong on having an actual legitimate organization with representatives and a headquarter, where the Satanic Temple or the Church of Satan, sorry, I'm gonna get these mixed up. But the Church of Satan is more like more into individualism, and that like we don't really need to organize and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the main. I mean, there's probably some other philosophical differences, but um that's beyond my knowledge, and I'm not. That's not the point of this video anyway. So, um, what is the Satanic Temple? What is it? What do they believe? Are these, these people, sacrificing children? Are these people actually worshiping Satan? Like what actually is it? Um, I guess for me, the easiest way I kind of think of them is kind of like the humanists, and not the humanist society, but with Satan as their mascot. And so like the humanist society, and I don't know if it's just one society or if it's multiple groups, but their general belief system is that we can find morality and be good citizens without the need of a religious organization or text telling us how to do that. That's pretty much their whole thing. So to me, and if you're a Satanist watching this, feel free to leave your comments. But to me, it seems like Satan, the Satanic Temple, or Satanists in general, are just that, but they just have Satan as their mascot, because they kind of share the same sentiment, because like they reject the supernatural, and they're super heavy on like science, and things need to be proven by science, and da 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 da, so to speak. So a lot of people, I think, mistakenly believe that Satanists necessarily um consciously worship Satan. And I use that word very carefully, because like a lot of people would Satanists would tell you like they don't worship Satan, but from a Christian perspective, it's kind of like if you're not on God's side, you're technically on Satan's side, whether you acknowledge it or not. But just to be fair, and just to give sort of an unbiased opinion, they're not consciously worshiping Satan. So like they don't actually even believe in that Satan. Like I said, they pretty much just use him as a mascot, so to speak. Um and so why are we talking about this topic? Why Satanism are you thinking about converting, or what's going on, Joel? Like what's the deal? Um, if I'm being 100% honest, I think, I mean, I'm generally been curious, like, as much as I can, about like other belief systems outside of my own, like atheism, other religions and stuff like that. But I think what uh kind of got put like Satanism on my radar, or my train of thoughts, was there was a buddy of mine from college that I think he recently converted to the Temple of Satan. And so, that's what got me kind of interested to see, and there was actually one other time where I think we were doing some door to door where we met somebody. I don't know if they were Church of Satan or Satanic Temple or which one. Probably, well, I don't know. One of them. It was probably Church of Satan, because I think the Satanic Temple started in 2013, and that was before then. Um, so yeah, there's a buddy of mine that like converted to Satanism, and so that's kind of like what put it like on my radar and my thought processes. And also this year, 2023, again, don't know when you're going to watch this video. I think there was a big convention. I think their headquarters in like Massachusetts or something like that, and there was a lot of media buzz and coverage on it, both from, on the Christian side, and obviously, on the Satanic Temple side. So that's kind of like what like why, you know I like he came across my radar. So, um like I said, there was a big convention um last year. Not last year. Oh, sorry. This year, I think it was like in April or May or something like that. Apparently, it was the largest convention that they ever had, and I don't know. I don't know if it's always been this way, but there's been a lot of what I called Christian outrage, like people doing like um overtly inflammatory stuff towards Christians, and then Christians retaliate, and that type of stuff. Um, which, if like in my honest opinion, I don't. I mean, I understand, like, as a Christian, we have to stand up for the truth, we have to stand up for right. But like, personally, I've never been necessarily enraged by like when worldly people do worldly things. That never really made sense to me. Like, again, like, I understand, like, we have our principles, we have what we stand on, but I don't typically like, my philosophy is like, the world does what we want. It's our job to teach, to stand up, to I don't think it's our job necessarily to police, but it's our job to admonish, to beseech. If I think that's the best word I could think of right now, to kind of like beseech, to plead, to reason. Like, it's not our job to kind of like make the world. Yes, it'll be great if everyone is Christian. And I would love to be everyone's Christian. But like, I think one of the story that comes to mind is Nineveh, where this was a city that was definitely anti-Christian, or anti the people of God, and uh, God sent Jonah to go speak to them. And a lot of times, and this is the reason why I said, like, I don't always get angry, because sometimes people just do things out of ignorance, or sometimes people do things based on their experiences. It's kind of funny, because I talked about this in my social issues Sundays on the different types of racism. So if you weren't interested, yeah, just subscribe and you'll find that video. But it's yeah. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I just never got the whole outrage thing. For me personally, um, because I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, God is in control, and you know, it's sad when you see people don't align themselves with God. But like, and maybe some things just anger you, maybe because they're being inflammatory. I guess I could understand that to a degree, but yeah, I never got the whole rage thing. But yeah, so that happened, and what I want to speak about specifically today is something that happened at that event, that convention that they had in Massachusetts, and some of the comments, or not some of, just one particular comment that I'm going to talk about today, because I'm not really getting into like a whole overview in depth on this video. There's just one comment that really got me saying, "What? Are you serious? Come again?" Um, and so I think yeah, it was the statement, and I'm summarizing here, that the satanic temple isn't inherently anti-Christian, or that all Christians are welcome to the satanic temple. And I think it kind of this comment stemmed from, I think, something they did at the convention where they tore up the Bible. And obviously, a lot of Christians were upset at that, and blah blah blah. And I guess, as there was in one of their responses, they were saying that, and there's a YouTuber, I believe his name is Drew, from Genetically Modified Skeptic. And I know the channel. I'm just bad with names, but I'm pretty sure it's Genetically Modified Skeptic, who was a Christian, became an atheist, and I do follow his channel. And like I said, I like to hear like other people's side of things. Um, and I guess he was doing some coverage, and one of the comments, I guess he was kind of, he's not part of the Satanic Temple, but they're kind of like adjacent. Satanic Temple and atheist, they're kind of like close to each other, almost like cousins almost. And like he was kind of like defending, saying that that it's not inherently, he was kind of like backing them up, saying like this isn't inherently anti-Christian. And that to me is like disingenuous at best, to say that the Satanic Temple isn't inherent is isn't inherently anti-Christian, because I mean their argument, and it was I'm not going to pull up the video, but I'm pretty much just summarizing. Pretty much the argument was like, oh, we're not against Christianity, we're against like oppression and tyranny, and people who use, they were using very vague terms to describe like what they were against, but it wasn't like actual Christianity. Um, and so the first point I just want to bring up is that if you destroy, or if you make a mockery or destroy a symbol, that is a direct attack on whatever the symbol represents. Like, you can't tear up a Bible and say like, oh, this is not an attack on Christians, or whatever. Um, and even, I don't know, I try to give the benefit of the, but like, you can't, I don't see any possible way you could tear up like a symbol and say that like, oh, this is not attack, or like, don't take this offensively. Like, how do you expect someone who, like, for example, like, if I were to, I don't ever see the, tell me if I'm wrong, I don't ever see this happening. If I were to burn a LGBTQ flag, which I'm not gonna do. I don't do that. I'm not condoning that. But there's no way I could burn an LGBTQ flag and then turn around and say, "Oh, I'm an ally of the LGBT community, or I'm friendly towards the LGBT." Like, that doesn't make any sense. Or even if it was an American flag, like, I cannot burn an American flag and be like, I'm proud to be an American. Um, um, like, yes, it's a symbol, but that symbol represents something. And when you just attack the symbol, you attack the group that is bounded by that symbol. So you can't just like, oh, I'm gonna tear up the Bible, but this is not anti-Christian. That to me is just ridiculous. Um, And the second point I want to make is that, and it's going back to like how I introduced them, is that, like, Satan is your mascot. You didn't just like stumbled have like you don't call yourself the Satanic Temple or refer to yourself as Satanist for out of nowhere. That's not it's not like, you could there's like, even if you want to play the argument that, like, oh, we don't believe in Satan, or we don't believe in the supernatural, there's a thousands of other like deities or supernatural beings you could have chose from. You can call yourself the Temple of Zeus. You could call yourself the Temple of Ra, or the Temple of, whatever. Pick whatever mythological deity you want to pick. But you chose Satan for a reason, and that reason is because of what Satan represents to Christians. That's the reason, like, why you call yourself the Satanic Temple. I don't like, it doesn't matter what you want to say in a press conference or what you want to put on your website. Like, by you having this, like, Satan as your symbol, and they try to play it off to say, like, oh no, Satan is a symbol for rebellion. No, Satan is a symbol against Christianity. Like, there's no really way around that, in my opinion. Like, let me know if I'm tripping. Like, if I chose, like, I can't I'm trying to think of another example. Like, if like I can't go around wearing like a MAGA hat, right? And be like, try to walk into like a Democratic Party or a Democratic caucus or something. Or I can't wear a Biden hat or Obama hat and try to like hop into, like, once you put like that those things on, you're announcing, by whether you want to or not, you're announcing your opposition to whatever that thing you're putting on's ideology. So if I put on a MAGA hat, I'm announcing that I'm not a Democrat. If I put on a Joe Biden sticker, I'm announcing that I'm not a Republican. So when you call yourself the Satanic Temple, when you use Satan as a mascot, as a symbol, that in and of itself is saying that you're anti-Christian. And my mom always used to tell me that, like, action speaks louder than words. And so what's more important, the third point I want to make, is that what's more important than just the symbol and the iconography of Satan is, like, how you actually behave, and not just behave, but act, but how you actually feel towards Christians. Like, I mean, I don't know a whole lot of Satanists, but I'm pretty sure that they don't have like good feelings or good, like they I don't think they get excited when they see a Christian walking around. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying you're disrespectful. I'm not saying that you're mean. I'm not saying that you're like, you don't have a level of respect for them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, like, I don't think you have happy thoughts when Christians come around, right? You may indulge in a conversation and stuff like that, but a lot of the people, um you know that I've noticed that end up in the Church of Satan are usually people who have been hurt by the church, right? Whether justly or unjustly, or whatever, however you want to slice it. But these are people who don't have good relationship, who don't have a good history with the church. And it's funny, like, in one of the interviews, I think one of the ladies that was, I don't know if she was the head or president or whatever, she was like you could tell in her voice, like, she has like animosity in her heart towards Christianity. Like, and again, I'm not saying you're not polite, I'm not saying you're not cordial, I'm not saying you're not reasonable, but there's like, you could have an in-law that you're pleasant with, that you're cordial with, but like, you don't like being around them. You could have, like, a teacher or a coworker that you're polite with, that you're kind with, but you don't rock with them. Like, you don't rock with Christian, like, like, people, most of the people. And again, I would love if someone from the Satanic Temple would correct me if I'm wrong. Like most people don't have like good feelings towards Christians. Not in a disrespectful way, but in a like, yo, I don't rock with you type of thing, if that makes sense. I don't like, we don't hobnob together, if that makes sense. So to kind of say like, oh, it isn't inherently Christians or Christians are welcome here, it's just, I don't know, to me it's nonsense. And and the last point I want to make is kind of like the opposite to that. Like to say that it is an anti-Christian or Christians are welcome here when like I don't know, like I don't think like Christians will not feel comfortable in the within the Church of Satan link. And you have to at some level know this. Like you have to know that like Christians are not going to be feel welcome there. Like you can't like with all the stuff that like with all the symbolism and all the stuff that happens at your conventions. And granted, I'm not being there, so maybe I'm speculating, but I'm pretty sure like if a Christian were to attend like one of your congregations, I don't think they're having a good time there, and I think you know that they wouldn't have a good time there, and I don't think you even want them there. Again, I'm not saying you're not polite, I'm not saying you're not cordial, I'm not saying you're not respectful, but like I don't think you want them there. So I don't know. I don't know. Again, that's all I want to talk about. You know, if if yeah, that's Sorry, I got a little heated, but I just find that very disingenuous, in my opinion. Um, I'm about to go to the chat real quick. I see I only have one person there. Like that one person, you want to say hi, if you don't mind. Um, I don't know if there's anybody else watching. I did send it out. But if you're watching this later, um, let me know what you think. No, am I tripping? Like, does this? Am I the one that's crazy, or is this like I don't know? It seems like you tear up a Bible, you have Satan as your mascot, like you have history with the church that is not good, and like I just don't see how you could genuinely say with the trick, unless you're just I don't know, unless you're just like naive or whatever, but I just don't see how you can make the statement or the claim that this isn't inherently anti-Christian. Again, I'm not saying you're disrespectful because there's another thing I just want to talk about real quick that I think with a lot of these kind of like and it's a lot I've noticed this with a lot of these atheist groups that they have this preoccupation with being seen, not preoccupation, but they put a lot of emphasis of positioning themselves as the bigger man or the bigger person, right? So I think for them it's really important for them, like they put a lot of emphasis on like being respectful and being cordial. And but I think a lot of times I think they confuse that, they confuse that with kindness, or they confuse that with actually getting along, right? Like there's a difference between being cordial, being respectful, and getting along. And I think they say things like this to kind of position themselves like, oh, we're not. I think in their minds they think that Christians um are the aggressors and they're simply defending themselves. Um, but like you could be and let's just to give them the benefit of the doubt. You could be a victim and be aggressive to, you can retaliate with aggression as well. And I think they think because they see themselves as the ones who's been hurt by the church or hurt by Christianity. I think they see these things in their mind as defending themselves. Oh, like we're not attacking Christianity. We're just defending ourselves. And I think they've so it's so twisted in their heads that something that is clearly an insult, they're trying to make it seem like it's not an insult, or something that's clearly um antagonistic, like by any metric, like this that it's antagonistic. Am I wrong? I'm done. I'm done. We're done for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Again, it's Tabernacle Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wild Card Wednesday. Let me see what we have on the schedule for tomorrow. Where's the calendar? Okay. All right. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun one. More tomorrow's gonna be more lighthearted. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about Stockton Rush. Tomorrow's Wild Card Wednesday. Um, am I pronouncing his name right? Stockton Rush. Yeah, Stockton Rush. That was the guy who Ocean Gate, who had the submarine. And I'm gonna talk about like why he was right and wrong. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe and stick by tomorrow for another one. But yeah, without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on